These days, a very few people are aware of the fact that women's self-confidence is not based on the number of university degrees she has obtained, how successful her career is, or how big is the part of the world she's traveled. Women's true self-confidence is based on awareness of the value of their body. Women are by nature physically much weaker than men, which is one of the reasons why they feel so inferior and useless. And this frustrating feeling of inferiority and uselessness cannot be eliminated by graduating from 3 universities, becoming the CEO of a multinational company, or traveling the whole world. The basis of self-confidence is the way how a woman perceives her body. It's really simple, isn't it? But this is how Mother Nature created us, and we have to accept and respect it. It was the church who has destroyed the pride of women. For more than 2,000 years was church convincing them that their bodies are dirty and sinful. Therefore, women have forgotten that their body has actually a divine potential, because it's able to create a new person. They have forgotten that they are donors of life, and instead, they accepted the lie the church has engraved in their heads. It was the lie that their body is a work of the devil, and should be burned at the border. However, in pre-Christian times was everything completely different. Man found the female body to be divine, and various rituals were performed, in which the female body was worshipped. For instance, a holiday, today known as Easter, was originally a fertility holiday. On this day, men used to kiss women's feet as an expression of admiration and gratitude for giving offspring. Before this ritual, the women tried to make their feet sweat as much as possible, then they blindfolded themselves, and just perceived kisses on their feet. It's funny that Christians took over Easter as their own holiday, and with it part of the original ritual as well. And that's why, since a long time ago, popes have kissed the feet of 12 Catholic priests. This Christian ceremony seems to be directly denying the existence of the female sex, as if women didn't exist at all. Over the last 2,000 years, women have lost all their confidence. Instead, they have inferiority complexes, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, vaginismus, inability to reach the orgasm, infertility without a known cause, and many more psychosomatic problems. Despite the fact that today's modern society is no longer under the control of the church, the idea that women are inferior people compared to men has lasted in our consciousness. Even feminism can't return women their confidence. It would be the best to bring back original rituals of woman worshipping, as it was in pre-Christian times, and as it is in some natural nations to this day. These rituals have appeared and still appear in various forms all around the world. Sometimes men kiss instead of women's sweaty feet their sweaty armpits. In 1975, author Benjamin Brodie wrote an article about rituals based on sweaty female armpits. The article was named The Sexual Significance of the Axillae, and was published in the Psychiatry magazine. In this article, Brodie described a strange romantic custom of a rural Austrian society in 19th century, in which a girl kept apple slices in her armpits while dancing. At the end of the dance, a girl offered the apple slice saturated with her sweat to the boy she liked. If he ate the slice, it was clear that the sympathy was mutual, and there was a good chance of a relationship. But if he refused to eat the apple slice, it usually offended the girl, and she never wanted to see him again. Very interesting ritual was practiced by a young people in ancient times in the form of game, quite similar to a game of blind man's buff. The same number of girls and boys gathered somewhere in nature. The boys laid down on their backs and formed a formation in a circle with their heads around the perimeter. Then the girls blindfolded them, so they couldn't see anything. After that, the girls quietly divided the boys among themselves, and without a word each girl peed into one boy's mouth. Then, according to the energy of the urine, the boys tried to guess which of the girls it was. This is how energetic connection between the boys and the girls was trained, and at the same time was developing the confidence of young girls. This game still persists in some tantric communities, and it was also very popular with pagans. There was also an analog of this game, where girls sprayed their saliva into boys' mouth, because even the saliva has energy of its owner, and sensitive boy can guess who the saliva belongs to, even with his eyes closed. Unfortunately, many of men today are often repelled by women, and it's difficult to imagine that these rituals would be restored on a large scale. But even they are not talked about, they still persist in parts of the world untouched by civilizations.